cleaned out everything while you were unconscious. I deserve this after 25 years of putting up with you.
Those words didn't just reveal my wife's true colors. They exposed a conspiracy that would cost her everything she'd schemed for. And when I finally played my hand, she discovered I'd been 3 steps ahead since the moment I opened my eyes in that hospital bed. Thank you for listening. If this story resonated with you, leave a comment below and subscribe to this channel for more infidelity stories and cheating wife stories on YouTube. My name's Michael. I'm 48 years old. For 23 years, I drove 18-wheelers across every interstate this country has to offer. It wasn't glamorous work, but it built us a good life in Denver. A life my wife, Emma, apparently thought she deserved more than I did. The chest pain started 3 weeks before everything went to hell. Just a tightness at first. Like someone was sitting on my chest while I drove. I'd pop some antacids, adjust my seat, tell myself it was just the long hours catching up. You know how truckers are. We push through everything. Until that morning outside Kansas City when pushing through wasn't an option anymore. The pain hit like a sledgehammer to my sternum. My vision went white. I barely got my rig to the shoulder before my hand started shaking too bad to grip the wheel. 40,000 pounds of cargo swaying behind me as I fumbled for my phone.
911, what's your emergency?
Heart. I think it's my heart. The operator kept me talking, asked if anyone was with me. No, ma'am. Just me and the freight. She said help was coming. Said to keep breathing. Said a lot of things I don't remember because the world was going gray around the edges. They airlifted me to Denver. I remember the wind from the helicopter blades. The paramedic's face above me. Young guy. Couldn't have been older than my daughter, Sarah. He kept saying,
"Stay with us, Mike. Stay with us."
But I couldn't stay. Not when my heart stopped the first time. The surgeon told me later I'd flatlined on the table. 3 minutes of nothing. No heartbeat. No breath. Just the frantic work of professionals trying to drag me back from wherever I'd started to go. Then my heart stopped again in recovery. 90 seconds that time. The nurses called it a miracle. Said I must have had unfinished business to come back twice like that. If they only knew. I woke up 3 days later with a tube down my throat and fire in my chest. The ICU nurse, Maria, angel of a woman, helped me check my phone once the fog cleared enough to focus. 27 missed calls from dispatch, 14 from my brother Jack, 2 from my daughter Sarah, 1 message from Emma, not "thank God you're alive," not "I'm on my way," not even "the doctors say you'll make it," just a screenshot. Our accounts, checking, savings, everything. Balance, $0. And below it,
I cleaned out everything while you were unconscious. I deserve this after 25 years of putting up with you.
$73,418. Every penny I'd saved for our future. Gone while I was dead on an operating table. The heart monitor started beeping. Maria rushed over, concerned. But I wasn't having another attack. This was different. This was clarity. I typed back 1 emoji, just a thumbs up, nothing else. Emma must have expected rage, threats, begging. Instead, she got silence. And sometimes silence is the loudest response you can give. Dr. Patel made his rounds that evening. Good man, straight shooter. Laid out my new reality without sugarcoating it. 6 weeks recovery minimum, no driving for 3 months.
Your heart's been through severe trauma, Mr. Harrison. Any stress could trigger another event. You need to avoid emotional shocks.
I almost laughed. Too late for that, Doc.
Is someone picking you up tomorrow?
He asked. Yes, I lied, because I already knew I wouldn't be going home. Not to that house, not to her. That night, I called Jack, my younger brother, construction foreman, divorced twice. We hadn't talked much lately. Not from bad blood, just life pulling us different directions. But when family calls at 2 a.m. from a hospital bed, you answer.
Mike? Jesus, I've been trying to…
I need a favor. Can I crash at your place? I paused. And Jack, don't tell Emma. Silence. Then,
She doesn't know you're getting out?
she knows I'm alive. That's all she needs to know. Another pause. I could hear him thinking. Jack's good like that. Doesn't waste words when action's needed.
I'll be there at 8.
That's family. Real family. I'd met Emma at a truck stop outside Sacramento 25 years ago. Sounds like a country song, doesn't it? She was stranded with a blown radiator, standing next to her old Honda in the rain, looking like the world had personally betrayed her. I fixed it with some JB weld and distilled water. Temporary solution, but enough to get her to a real mechanic. She looked at me like I'd hung the moon.
You saved my life,
she said. Just your radiator, I corrected. But the way she smiled, I was done for. We got married 8 months later. Too fast, everyone said. But when you spend your life on the road, you learn to recognize the real thing. Or you think you do? The early years were good. Really good. She'd wait up for my calls no matter what time zone I was in. We'd talk for hours about nothing, about everything. She got her real estate license while I was gone. Said she wanted to contribute, build something together. I was proud of her, supported her through the lean months, celebrated her first sale like we'd won the lottery. When did it change? Not all at once. That's the thing about erosion. You don't notice until the foundation's already cracked. The hour-long calls became 10-minute check-ins. The "I miss you" became "drive safe." The welcome home dinners became notes on the counter. But I kept driving, kept depositing checks, kept believing this was just what marriage looked like after a couple of decades. You settle into rhythms. You trust. You assume your partner's doing the same. Jack picked me up right on time, helped me into his F-150 without commenting on how I looked. I'd lost 15 pounds in 3 days. My color was somewhere between ash and old newspaper.
You look like hell.
He finally said once we were moving. Feel worse.
She really took everything?
I showed him the screenshot. He whistled low.
While you were dying?
While I was dead. Technically. Jack's knuckles went white on the steering wheel. I thought he might say something, but he just drove. That's Jack. Processes before he speaks. Finally.
Remember when Dad had his heart attack?
Our father. Massive coronary at work. Dead before the ambulance arrived.
Mom fell apart,
Jack continued.
couldn't even function. You flew back from Phoenix, handled everything. The funeral, the insurance, the house.
He glanced at me. That's what family does in a crisis.
Yeah.
They don't rob you blind while you're flatlining. The guest room at Jack's was already set up. He'd even moved a mini fridge in there.
So you don't have to walk much.
He explained. That's when it hit me. Really hit me. My kid brother, who I'd helped through 2 divorces and a bankruptcy, was taking care of me now, while my wife of 25 years was probably already shopping for new furniture with my money. The first week was mostly sleeping and thinking. The medication made everything fuzzy, but certain things started clicking into place, pieces I should have seen before. Like the refinancing 6 months ago. Emma had insisted we could get a better rate. Made sense. But then she'd had an emergency showing the day of closing. $1 million property couldn't reschedule, so I'd handled the paperwork alone.
Just put it in your name,
She'd said.
Your credit's better. Will add me later.
I'd thought nothing of it. Why would I? She was my wife. Or those trips to Miami, Phoenix, Vegas always for conferences, always when I had long hauls scheduled.
Networking is everything in real estate,
She'd say. The credit card statements I'd barely glanced at. The separate account she'd opened for her business expenses. The passwords she'd needed because she was organizing our finances. 25 years of marriage, and I'd handed her the rope to hang me with. My niece Lauren stopped by on day 3. Jack's daughter, fresh out of law school, sharp as a switchblade and twice as direct.
Uncle Mike, you need a lawyer. A good one.
Can't afford one if Emma took everything.
You can't afford not to have one.
She studied me with those lawyer eyes. Young, but already seeing through the surface.
There's something else. The refinance? Did you read all the paperwork?
Most of it.
Including the medical power of attorney update?
I sat up straighter, felt my heart skip. What update? Lauren pulled out her phone, scrolled through emails.
6 months ago, you changed your medical POA from Emma to me. You texted me about it. Said you wanted someone with legal knowledge handling things if something happened.
No memory of this. None. I did.
You did. Which means Emma had no legal authority to access anything while you were incapacitated.
The fog cleared a little. So what she did.
Was fraud. Criminal fraud.
But that was just the beginning. That night, I couldn't sleep. Not from pain, from possibility. I grabbed my laptop, started logging into accounts Emma didn't know about, or didn't think I'd remember. The Vanguard investment account from before we met. The business checking for my freelance dispatch work. The life insurance that listed Sarah, not Emma, as beneficiary. All untouched. She'd been in such a hurry to grab the obvious money, she'd missed the rest. Or maybe she'd never bothered to really know our finances. Just waited for her moment to grab what she could see. A text came through around midnight. Emma.
Where are you? Your truck's not at the yard.
I stared at it, didn't respond.
This is ridiculous, Michael. You can't just disappear.
Still nothing from me.
Fine. Be childish. My lawyer will be in touch.
Your lawyer. Not I'm sorry. Not let's talk. Straight to lawyers. That told me everything I needed to know. The next morning, Jack drove me to Wells Fargo's main branch downtown. Not our neighborhood bank where everyone knew us, the corporate office. I asked for a fraud specialist. Got Margaret Smith, a woman who looked like she could stare down a SWAT team without blinking. I laid it all out. The timeline, the amounts, the text admitting she'd taken it. Margaret took notes, expression neutral, professional. But I caught something in her eyes when I showed her the screenshot. Disgust, maybe. Or pity.
Mr. Harrison, since these were joint accounts, proving fraud will be challenging.
Even though I was unconscious. Literally dead at the time. That got her attention.
You were clinically dead?
Flatlined twice. 3 minutes the first time. My niece has medical power of attorney. Her fingers flew across the keyboard.
That changes things. We'll need the hospital records, exact times you were incapacitated. We can cross-reference with withdrawal timestamps.
Whatever you need.
Also, Mr. Harrison, if we pursue this as fraud, it becomes a criminal matter. Police, potential prosecution.
She looked me in the eye.
Jail time.
I thought about Emma's text, her lawyer, her complete lack of remorse. Do it. On the drive back, Jack was quiet. Finally asked what everyone would ask.
You sure about this? Criminal charges. That's serious.
So is stealing from a dying man. My phone buzzed. Lauren.
Can you meet tomorrow? My boss wants to talk. Bring any financial records you can access.
That evening, I took a walk around Jack's neighborhood. Doctor's orders, light exercise, start rebuilding, normal suburbia, kids playing, couples walking dogs. The life I thought I'd built. My phone lit up, Richard from next door.
Hey Mike, you okay? Haven't seen you around. Emma's had some guy over a lot. Thought you should know.
I stared at the message. Richard was a good neighbor. 10 years of borrowed tools and fence-line beers. He wouldn't text this lightly. Some guy. While I was dying, Emma was entertaining. I forwarded the text to Lauren without comment. But inside, that sleeping thing I'd been feeling since the hospital started to wake up. Not rage, exactly. Something colder. More focused. And that's when I realized this was bigger than I thought. The next day's meeting was in a law office that screamed expensive. Lauren's boss, David Kim, looked like he ate corporate lawyers for breakfast.
Mr. Harrison, I've reviewed the preliminary information. You have a strong case, but I need complete honesty. Is there anything in your marriage Emma could use against you?
I drove trucks for 23 years. When I wasn't driving, I was sleeping or home with Emma. Don't drink. Don't gamble. Don't chase women. David nodded.
Good. Now this refinancing is interesting. Emma signed a quitclaim deed?
Said it was temporary.
She's a real estate agent?
Yes.
Then she knew exactly what she was signing. She gave up all claim to the house. Legally.
Lauren leaned forward.
There's more, Uncle Mike. That account Mom found? It's not Emma's only secret.
She slid papers across. Bank statements. Different bank. Emma's name. Balance. $127,000.
18 months of deposits.
Lauren explained.
Always just under 10,000.
Under the reporting threshold.
David added.
Classic.
I stared at the numbers. Deposits aligned with my long hauls. When I was gone, money went in. She's been planning this, I said. Or preparing for it. David's expression was grim.
Mr. Harrison, has Emma ever practiced real estate law?
No, just sales.
Then she either didn't understand what she was signing with that quitclaim,
Or she was already planning to leave and figured the liquid assets were worth more than fighting for the house.
Lauren finished. The betrayal kept expanding, like dropping a stone in still water, ripples spreading wider and wider.
There's one more thing,
David said. He slid over a credit card statement. Hotel charge? Minneapolis. 3 months ago. I'd been in Seattle that week. The name on the reservation, Harold Jensen. Harold, our neighbor. The one warning me about strange men at my house.
We think Harold and Emma have been involved for some time,
David explained.
He was creating a false trail, making you suspicious of others while they were together.
The room tilted. Not medically, just the world readjusting to this new reality where everything was a lie. What's our move? I heard myself ask. David smiled. It wasn't a nice smile. It was the smile of a predator who'd just spotted wounded prey.
We document everything. We build an airtight case. We file first, control the narrative.
He leaned forward.
By the time we're done, Emma's going to wish she'd just filed for divorce, like a normal person.
Over the next week, things moved fast. The bank's fraud investigation uncovered more. Emma hadn't just emptied our accounts. She'd taken cash advances on credit cards I didn't know existed. Another $30,000 in debt with my name attached. Lauren was invaluable. Her position at the credit union gave us insights, without breaking any laws. Just connecting dots already in plain sight.
The secret account has another authorized user.
She told me one evening.
Not an owner, but someone with access.
Harold. She nodded.
And they've started moving money. Small amounts to different accounts.
She looked at me.
They know we're on to them.
But I had no idea what she was really doing behind my back. The next morning, David called with news that changed the game entirely.
You sitting down?
Yeah.
Emma's not who she told you she was.
My chest tightened. Not another heart attack, just the truth hitting harder than any cardiac event.
Her real name is Emma Wellington. There's a trust fund, old San Francisco money.
He paused.
She's worth about $8 million.
I couldn't speak. $8 million. While I was risking my life on icy roads to make truck payments.
Gets better,
David continued.
Marcus Webb, the guy Richard saw, he's her second cousin. The affair story was cover. They've been planning to merge their real estate holdings, using your money as seed capital.
My $73,000.
Plus whatever she could extract in the divorce. Mike, she never needed your money to survive. She needed it to leverage her trust fund without risking her own capital.
Now the rage came, hot and clean and dangerous. Had to breathe through it. Doctor said no stress. What else?
The trust has conditions. Monthly payments until she's 50, then the principal unlocks.
David's voice dropped.
But there's a morality clause. Any criminal conviction, any finding of fraud, and she loses everything.
10 months from $8 million. And she still needed to steal from me while I was dying. David, I want to bury her. Legally speaking.
Sure, legally.
The strategy was elegant. Continue the criminal fraud investigation through the bank. Add civil suits for emotional distress, financial manipulation, breach of fiduciary duty.
In California, spouses owe each other the highest duty of good faith,
David explained.
Emma violated that systematically. With proof of the hidden trust, the secret accounts, the relationship with Marcus, we show a pattern spanning years.
And the morality clause?
That's the beauty. We don't need a criminal conviction. Any finding of fraud in civil court triggers it. She loses the trust.
He smiled.
And as her spouse, you're entitled to half of what she's received during the marriage.
Half of $8 million?
Half of the payments over 25 years, roughly $2.5 million.
I had to sit down. From losing everything to potentially gaining millions. Life comes at you fast.
There's a catch,
David warned.
Emma knows about the clause. She'll fight hard. This gets ugly.
David, she robbed me while I was literally dead on a table. How much uglier can it get? The answer came 2 days later. Process server at Jack's door. Emma was suing me for abandonment, emotional distress, demanding the house and support payments, plus a restraining order.
She's playing offense,
David said when I called.
Patricia Morse's signature move. Bury you in paper, drive up costs, force a settlement.
Can she win?
Not a chance. But she can make it painful.
So
we hit back harder.
And that's when I found something that made my blood run cold. Lauren's continued digging had uncovered Marcus Webb's development proposals. Everything depended on EW Holdings making their capital contribution next month. Emma needed my money to make her buy-in. Without it, the whole project collapsed. We added conspiracy to commit fraud to the charges. The emergency hearing came 3 weeks later. I was strong enough to sit through it without chest pains. Emma was there with Patricia Morse, both in sharp suits trying to look like the wronged party. Judge Harmon was old school, white hair, reading glasses, no patience for bullshit. He reviewed the filings without expression, finally looked up.
Ms. Morse, your client withdrew the entirety of the joint accounts while Mr. Doyle was hospitalized for a cardiac event?
My client had every right to access joint funds, Your Honor. Furthermore, Mr. Doyle recently refinanced their home solely in his name. We contend this was the first act of financial deception.
I'm not asking about the house.
The judge cut her off.
I'm asking about the timing. Was your client aware Mr. Doyle was in critical condition?
Emma whispered urgently to her lawyer.
Yes, Your Honor, but my client was under extreme emotional distress.
While unconscious from a heart attack is an unlikely time for Mr. Doyle to cause emotional distress.
The judge's voice was ice.
I'm ordering all disputed funds frozen. Neither party may access this money until the divorce is finalized.
Not a complete victory, but it stopped the bleeding. As we left, Emma tried to approach me.
Michael, please. There's so much you don't understand.
I walked past without looking at her, but I heard the desperation. Good. The discoveries kept coming. The bank found security footage of Emma making withdrawals while I was in surgery. Not after. During. She'd started moving money 6 minutes after I'd flatlined the first time. 6 minutes. The criminal trial was almost anticlimactic. The prosecutor, Jennifer Park, laid it out simply.
Mrs. Wellington took advantage of her husband's medical emergency to commit fraud. This wasn't a panic decision. This was calculated opportunism.
Emma's defense painted her as a devoted wife who'd made a terrible choice in a moment of fear. The jury didn't buy it. Guilty of fraud. Guilty of theft. The judge, noting the particular cruelty, sentenced her to 18 months probation with full restitution required. But the civil trial was where everything unraveled for Emma. Her grandmother testified via video link, 93 years old and sharp as a razor.
I created the morality clause specifically to prevent beneficiaries from profiting through dishonest means,
the elder Mrs. Wellington said.
No exceptions.
And if someone violates this clause?
David asked.
They forfeit everything. The money reverts to the Wellington Foundation.
Emma sobbed when the verdict came down. Complete financial fraud, breach of fiduciary duty, total judgment, $3.2 million.
But I don't have it,
Emma wailed.
The trust is gone. Marcus backed out. I have nothing.
The judge was unmoved.
Then you'll make payments. Garnished wages, asset seizure, whatever it takes.
He looked directly at her.
Actions have consequences.
Outside the courthouse, Patricia Morse intercepted us.
My client would like to speak with you.
Emma stood behind her, looking smaller than I'd ever seen her. No, I said. We're done. But Emma pushed forward.
Mike, please. Just let me say this. I'm sorry. I did love you. Once. In the beginning. That was real.
I looked at her one last time. Really looked. Past the designer suit to the woman I'd saved at a truck stop 25 years ago. Maybe, I said. But you loved money more. 6 months later, I was working again. Not driving. My heart couldn't take it. But dispatching for a local company. Home every night. Regular hours. Less money. But I'd learned to live on less. Emma's payments came sporadically. 50 here, 100 there. She was working as a receptionist, her real estate license suspended. Marcus had found another partner. The development went forward without her. I'd sold the house, bought a small condo near Jack, started seeing Linda, a teacher who laughed at my jokes and didn't care about trust funds. One evening, I ran into Richard at the hardware store. Heard about everything. Really sorry, man. Thanks. How's the old neighborhood?
Different. Young family bought your house. Kids. It's good to hear laughter there again.
And Emma, he shifted.
Moved to Phoenix. Starting over, I guess.
That night, Linda came for dinner. We cooked together, talked about normal things, her third graders, my dispatching chaos, simple problems with simple solutions.
Any regrets?
She asked while we cleaned up. I thought about it. The money I'd never see. 25 years revealed as lies. Dying alone while my wife robbed me. No. Regret means you'd do something different. But everything that happened led me here. I looked at her. And here is good. Later, alone in my condo, I sat on my balcony watching Denver light up. Somewhere out there, Emma was discovering what I'd always known. Money runs out. But knowing who you are, what you're worth beyond your bank account, what you can survive and rebuild from, that's the only wealth that matters. She'd stolen $73,000, but she'd given me something priceless, my freedom, and the knowledge that when death comes knocking again, and it will, I'll face it knowing I became the man I was supposed to be, not because of her, in spite of her, and that's the best revenge of all. Thank you for listening. Like the video and subscribe for more infidelity stories, cheating wife stories, and inspirational stories about finding the strength to start over.